Today we're going to take a quick 5-minute look at the Sideshow premium format Red Sonja statue. This is a recent addition that I've just received. I'm not normally a Sideshow premium format collector. I have had one in the past, many years ago. I had the Lord of the Rings Frodo Baggins premium format. But typically I tend to collect 1-to-1 scale replicas, and as you've maybe seen in previous videos, hot toys. I'm a regular visitor on Sideshow. I do like a lot of the stuff that they produce, and when they released the Red Sonja, I absolutely fell in love with the statue itself. So it's been quite a long wait. I ordered this around about a year ago, and that was after about 6 months of its release on Sideshow. I ordered it from a UK stockist, and it took a year for them to deliver. However, it was well worth the wait. The actual statue itself is stunning, and it really has opened me up to the possibility of collecting more premium format statues from Sideshow. I think the quality, the hand painted finish is outstanding, and it's just instantly became one of my favourite pieces in my collection. So let's take a closer look. So let's spin the statue round, have a bit of a wide general look at the Red Sonja in its full glory. The Red Sonja itself comes on a broken cracked stone base with a tree trunk in the background. It comes with 3 arrows. These arrows appear to be made from metal and simply slot into the holes on the tree trunk. You need to attach both the sword arm, put the arrows in the base as I just said, and thread the axe through her hair and attach the left forearm. You will see the slight join here where the arm goes in. Overall, the statue is pretty complete. You do get this cloth with material leather effect belt that you need to attach yourself. But other than that, not a hellish lot of assembly required. The paintwork on the statue I was quite surprised with, because usually you find that when the prototype's announced, the actual finished product is not quite as good. But for me, it looks almost the same. I was a bit worried about the face, which we'll have a close-up of. The original face had quite detailed eyes and freckles and etc. A lot of the stitching was hand painted on the prototype, and it just made that level of detail look excellent. And I wasn't expecting the same level of quality in the prototype, and I'm no expert, but I'm really happy overall with the detail that's went into this. Let's do another full spin before we do some close-ups. I'd say overall the statue stands about 18-19 inches tall. It's one of the things actually I was quite surprised with, was just the sheer size of the statue itself. I'm used to 12-inch figures, hot toys. This is comparable to quarter scale. I wasn't expecting it to be as large. I thought it was about 75% of what it actually is. Let's take a closer look. So you can see from this angle some more detail coming out. The hair's being multicoloured, it's not just one flat colour. You can already see the back of the leather armour has some very fine detail, hard stitching on it, which is all hand painted, and you can just see the shoulder armour there. Again, really fine detailed and well painted, As we come round to this arm, you can see the leather type sleeve armour has lots of creases and folds in it, which adds to that realism. And as we move round to the armoured hand, again you can see some nice dirt and some weathering in that. Moving down to the base, you see some more detail starting to appear, especially with the bloody effect. You've got blood on the leg armour and boots. Again, all quite finely detailed. And you can see some blood running down the sword. The sword embeds itself in this zombie type warrior head, which has been nicely decapitated. And you can see some internals of the head itself through the neck, and the sword is plunged right through the bloody eye of the dead soldier. As we move around to the back, you can see the tree trunk, some of the detail on that. You can also notice the buckles on the leg armour have all been painted and finished quite well. We'll move this round a little bit more so you can see the side armour. Again, some nice bloody detail on that. So a closer look at the face here reveals some really nice detail. You have lovely green eyes with some nice painting effects round the eyes themselves. It's difficult to make out in the video, but there are some freckles. It's not just a flat paint that's been applied, and the lips are quite glossy. As I mentioned before, the hair has different amber tones running through it, some browns and some ambers, which does make it look quite layered. And as we move back a little bit, you can see the armour quite well detailed with some washes and some weathering. Again, difficult to tell perhaps in the video, but the axe has some blood on the lower left hand side. And if we spin the statue around, just to see some of that detail from the hair, which is nicely sculpted and swept. You can just get a view of that, and you've got a nice pleat in the hair there. Let's try and move this round and keep it in focus. You can see some blood on the axe as it moves round. Some nice Celtic knotted detail on there. Again, close up of the back armour. I think the proportions of this statue are really well thought out. I love the pose. It's obviously Red Sonja victorious in her battle. The facial expression, the hair, it's all just very well thought out and very, very well sculpted. As we move down to the middle section of the statue, you can see that the chest armour, again, all these scales, armoured steel scales, very well thought out with the detail below, the kind of red ruby jewels. Moving round, you can see the shape of the midsection, moving round to the back. Take a closer look at the back. And then moving round to the armoured hand section with the sword, and background. In the bottom section you have, again, this part here, hard sculpt. Moving round, some of the detail. Try and get a close up of that sword. Now get into some of the detail just by freehand holding the camera, and hopefully it focuses. There you can see the detail of that face coming out, and the armour. Moving down to the creases and the leather armour on the arm, down to the armoured hand, moving down to Red Sonja's sword, all the way down with the blood effect into this, what I can only imagine is a dead soldier. Let's try and get you a close up at that. You can see right in the neck there. And detail on the armoured boots and shin and knee armour. And coming round to the other one. So as I said before, I'm very, very impressed with this premium format statue. It's an instant favourite, and I've owned a number of things since the year 2000, 2001. I haven't owned anything that I'm as chuffed to own and to look at. It's just a stunning piece of art. I think Sideshow have really done a number on this one. They've done a fantastic job of the sculpt and the paint. I think the production is really, really, really well thought out and executed superbly. And as I said before, it's really gave me a lot of thought about owning another premium format. So the next one I'm going to look at is the Mythos Rebel Terminator. I'd really love to own that one. That's caught my eye on the Sideshow's website. But for now, this is your Red Sonja premium format statue from Sideshow. Hopefully you've got everything you need from this review. So there you have it, the Sideshow premium format Red Sonja statue. Thanks very much for checking us out. Remember and give us a thumbs up, and you can always subscribe to the channel. So until next time, take care.